Hey guys, how's it going? This is StarcraftCove here with another replay for you. This is going to be a 2v2. My buddy sent me this, said it was going to be kind of an interesting replay to watch. I haven't seen it yet, so I definitely interested to see what happens. He gave me kind of a spoiler alert for it, but that's alright. So we are going to be on whatever map this is, totally spaced on which map this is. I know a lot of the 1v1 maps, but the 2v2s, haven't really put enough effort into playing 2v2s to really remember most of the names of them. But this male deck is right here. Pretty much every single game on this map, which is totally cool. He's got 10 hit points. He's pretty much a total badass. He's biological, so I wonder if you could heal him with a medvac. Probably. Spoiler alert. Look away if you don't want to if you don't want to spoil the game for yourself. Urubu, what is he? What? Oh. Unsightly avian creature that is often found on the battlefield. So he's pretty much a vulture. And of course they both have 10 hit points, which makes sense because this guy's like a massive elephant. Meanwhile this is just a lightweight feathery bird, so interesting. I think they need to do some major balancing work for these creatures. I really think that Jesus, they're all over the place, aren't they? They really need, but yeah, they definitely need to do some balancing work to make these guys, because this guy's totally, this is way overpowered. This guy's so overpowered, holy crap. But now that I've done that for a worthless 2 minutes, pretty awesome. Do a little introduction for our players here. SevenTenths, I know him better by the name of Toast, so I might be calling him that once again, like I did in the other replay that I cast with him involved. SevenTenths is going to be going fairly standard open, just a Rax refinery and supply depot. His ally down here on the southern end as well is going to be JadeDM. DM, I wonder what exactly DM means. Maybe he's a dungeon master. Yeah, he's probably a dungeon master. I would be willing to bet that in another life he was a dungeon master and not a Zerg. But this was pretty early spawning pool from him, and he's already got these Zerglings heading out across the map. That looks like it was probably either a 10 pool or earlier than that, because that's oh yeah, and he's, let's see here, bring up something useful on the side here. Yeah, he's got 11 drones while everybody else has 13 or more. So he is moving in here with these Zerglings, and he's going to start kind of screwing up Achilles' day. There's 2 drones down so far, and he's just gonna, let's see here, mess with them. Yep, get them to pull off the mineral line even more. That's a lot of fun. This is never a good situation to be in when you're this early on in the game already. 2v2 though, you know what? Looks like he went a bit more standard, probably 14 pool, 14 extractor, something like that. And you know, that's something. I'm a Zerg player primary, and you know, that's a lot. That's what I do pretty often when I'm comfortable with it in 1v1, but in 2v2 the possibility of cheese is just so much more likely that I really don't think that I've been convinced in my own games that 14 extractor, 14 pool is not a good idea, not a good plan at all. And 7/10 Toast down here setting up another command center right outside of Achilles' base. So they are not. You might be able to guess what this is, especially if you checked out that spoiler alert earlier. But they are just not letting up on a poor Achilles over here. Meanwhile, our other opponent up here in the top right corner is Boczek. Boczek, sure, I'll call him Boczek. No idea what that C is doing there, but I'll just ignore it. But he's finally getting down that tech lab and reactor, pumping out some Marines. And this command center is just about 2/3 of the way down, and he's pulling off 4 additional SCVs to head up and load up into this command center. Very nice touch, I like that. Meanwhile, JadeDM is throwing down a second hatchery because the only tech structure he has so far is a spawning pool. So it looks like he's going to be committing to those Zerglings pretty hard for quite a while, and when you're just producing Zerglings, it's really hard to spend all of your money just from one hatch. So that's probably a good idea if you're just making Zerglings. Yeah, You know, it could probably have gone down here in the expansion too. There's not a whole lot of pressure coming from these two, but inside the base, sure, why not? And meanwhile, 7/10ths is dropping down a command center in the middle of Achilles' base, right behind the extractor. Nice. Gonna be able to easily in range that spawning pool. Unloads the SCVs and immediately starts trying to turn it into a planetary fortress. So he's got a Marine scouting there. Always a good idea. Mass producing overlords, awesome. So these SCVs are having a nice little repair party over here. These two are repairing each other, these two are repairing them. Very nice. That's teamwork, guys, well done. And now they're just gonna get roasted away, so that's pretty awesome. Planetary fortress, oh man, it's taking some massive damage, but let's see how much it can actually take out here. Oh, there goes, 3 Marines in just 2 shots. That second shot roasted all of them. Down goes the Queen. That Queen animation is awesome. Another 4 Marines getting roasted. Those, of course, those Zerglings are just not. And what do they take? 1 hit to die? Yeah, there goes another 2. That is ridiculous. Planetary Fortress is just killing stuff. 1 shot in the left and right. So, claims that is a Planetary Fortress rush. And he is now max queuing, setting up as many SCVs as he possibly can to repair the Planetary Fortress so he can take out this spawning pool while he's still there. And meanwhile, Boczek is starting to pump out some siege tanks, and he's already got siege mode researched, so he's gonna be able to set up siege on this Planetary Fortress. It's probably gonna take a bit longer than Achilles would really like, though. So meanwhile, JadeDM is asking for gas. Let's see here. He's at 900 right now. He's finally got that spire up, so it looks like he's going to start just slamming Mutalisks as hard as possible now. He's currently, yeah, he just spawned, it looks like 5 Mutalisks, and he's spawning another 3, and now he's spawning another 9. So, yeah, he definitely got that nice gas income from Toast down here, and who is only producing Marines. He's definitely got the A key working on his keyboard, so that is pretty sweet. Meanwhile, the Planetary Fortress is not in range of anything now that the extractor and the spawning pool, which is right here previously, is now, they're both gone. So these siege tanks, they're taking it down little by little. And they're still, Planetary Fortress is still being repaired though. These guys are dedicated, you know, you gotta give them that at least. Still max queuing SCVs, not sure if that's really necessary, but he's going to keep it going as long as possible. Meanwhile, he's got pretty good, pretty nice support troop of Marines coming in, passing by our Ursadak buddy right here. You know, he's totally cool. It seems from the description, ferocious tusks. It seems like they might be trying to maul some Marines, or at least some Zerglings or something, but not so much. Now, Boczek has these 3 siege tanks, and Toast has just got a lot of Marines, and they are just gonna melt away to those siege tanks. He managed to take out a couple Marines and Marauders, but just one of the siege tanks, 1.5 siege tanks. And meanwhile, while I was talking about everything else, Jade was just over in Boczek's base, taking out everything, all of his income. So now he is totally screwed. And of course, Achilles has 0 anti-air as well. So this is their last hope. This is all they got left. And these Zerglings. So they're setting up base right out there. That's gonna cause Jade to bring his Mutalisks off attack mode, since they aren't really gonna be able to do anything with their terrible income right now. So he's bringing this back just to clean that up, and he decides, okay, well, that's done, no longer necessary. And those Zerglings is just gonna let them pass right by because they do not pose any sort of threat, and this game is pretty much over. Marauder's gonna get surrounded. Oh, poor guys. They're needless deaths. That's just unfortunate. So, that's game. Boczek leaves. Achilles might as well leave. There he goes. And no GGs from them. You know, super cheesy game, but definitely pretty sweet Planetary Fortress rush that he managed to pull off. That was very nicely done. And then, so that was Planetary Fortress into Mass Marines getting slaughtered and flattened by siege tanks into Mutalisks destroying everything. So, pretty fun game. Interesting. Feel free to subscribe, comment, give it the thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Always appreciated. Yep. Have a good one. This has been StarcraftCove signing out. Later.